Hello, hello, who's with me? Hello, Mary, Patricia, hi. How is everybody doing? When you pop on, say hello, let me know who's here. Hi, Lori. How is everybody on this rainy Tuesday? It's been kind of miserable all day, hasn't it? How is everybody doing? Hi, Susan. So today, in about a minute or two, we're going to start. We are going to talk about using paint and ink on chipboard. Hey, Janita. And this will be the last of techniques that you can do on chipboard. It's not by any means the only things that you can do on chipboard, but it'll be the last ones that we're going to demonstrate for now. Next week, I think I have techniques with embossing folders coming up. I've got probably 2 or 3 coming up. Hi, Marianne. So we will, hello, Carol, give it a minute. Let some more people pop on. And we will start. Of course, we won't wait too long because, as you know, if you miss the live, you can always catch the replay on the page or on the YouTube channel. Scrappy Chic Livonia is the YouTube channel. Hello, hello. So I have a few things laid out. It's funny that it's all Ranger product, but I've got a couple of inks and some acrylic paint laid out. In regards to the paint, you can use any kind of acrylic paint. You can probably use watercolor paint, but that probably would absorb into the chipboard because it's paper and it'll absorb. But if you wanted to use watercolor, you could put a coat of clear gesso on the chipboard piece and then you could watercolor on top of it. So I wanted to show you real quick, and I prepared these 2 samples. I used Mermaid Lagoon, and this one that's a little bit darker, I just took my ink pad and took the lid off and smashed ink into it. So ink directly to the chipboard piece on this one. This piece over here that's a little bit lighter, I used my blending brush. So you can see that you can get different depths of color depending on how you use your ink. I'm also going to show you over here. It's very technical how we do this. This is an oxide, it's salvage patina. So, you know, you just smear the ink into it very, very carefully, as you can see. Yeah, so you just want to tap some ink on. I just rub it a little bit and then I'll pounce on it a little bit at the end just to make sure, just to cover all the chipboard. Gotta see what I'm doing here. All right, let me wipe this paint up really quick. This is just my flour sackcloth that I have gotten into the habit of keeping on my lap. So that is really as simple as it is. Okay, so you can just pounce it on like that, or you can use your blending brush and just brush it on. This one here I did, and so it could dry. This is acrylic paint in broken china, and the paints with the daubers on top make it really easy to get paint on your chipboard pieces, but it certainly isn't hard to use my favorite tool. Who knows what my favorite tool is? I'll give you a minute if anybody can guess it. I might even have a prize for you. My favorite tool is anybody have a guess? My favorite tool is my, yes, Mary, you are correct, my finger. So I usually just like to take my finger and dab, oh, I didn't put enough out. Dab the paint on and then put it off to the side to dry. Now, if it doesn't have enough coverage or if it's not dark enough, I might go back and do another coat, but you can see it gets pretty good coverage with your finger. So that is using your finger, and Distress paint wipes off super easy if you get it while it's dry. So, or sorry, not while it's dry, while it's wet. Sheesh, been a long day, hasn't it? All right, so that is using paint. That is using paint with the dauber. That is using the blending brush. That is pouncing the ink right on, as is that one with oxide. Now, I also really like to just use black archival ink. Hey, Gabrielle, how are you? Hello, hello, Barbara. Hi, Renee. Nancy, hello, Sharon. Okay, so I really just like to, if I just want the letters to be black, I just take them and set them on my archival ink, usually my black, or I'll use my Lawn Fawn Jet Black. So you'll have to, you know, and this ink is this pad's kind of dry, so I probably should have got a better one to show you. But if you just tap it into the ink, you can get your letter all nice and black so that it'll really stand out, or any other ink. Now, I use archival when I don't want anything to, oh, that blends right in, doesn't it? To react with the paint or the ink, right? Because you know that the Distress, hey Christine, Sherry, hello, Linda, you know that Distress is water reactive. So if we put, now the paint, once it dries, won't be, of course, the Distress paint, but if we splattered water on any of these, you would get water spots. And I love, love, love that look. That's one of my favorite things to do to Distress. But if you've got a sentiment that you don't want to change, I'm going to spray everything, then I would use archival ink. So it really is as simple as that. You just can apply the paint right on. It takes the color really nicely. Being a white surface, you don't get anything mixing with the color that you're putting on. I just put it right on the ink pad itself, Gabrielle. I didn't use a blending brush, so I was just doing this. And like I said, this ink pad's kind of dry, but it works really well to get some color on your words. So, yep, it's just that simple. Does anybody have any questions? Don't forget, you can watch the replay if you missed the beginning. And we've got all of these shapes at Scrappy Chic. And the inks and the paints, of course, are there as well. And I think that that's probably about it. Next Tuesday, like I said, we start a new series using embossing folders. I've got a couple of really fun and different things that you can do with your embossing folders that you've had in your stash for a long time. So get those puppies out, because we're going to do some fun things with them next Tuesday for Technique Talk Tuesday at 7 p.m. I did both, Mary. I oxide on this one and distress on this one, so you can do them all. This is regular distress paint, and these are distress ink. This is distress oxide, and this is archival. So really, you can use them all. You're just going to get a different look because of the paints. Because the oxide's going to be more opaque because of the pigment in it, and the distress is going to be translucent. So if you had stamped anything underneath it, you would see it through with the distress ink a bit better than you would see it with the oxide. Does that make sense? All right. Any questions? Any other questions? Was everybody cropping today on this rainy day? I'm sure you had a lot of light in the crop room even without the sun. All right, let me just check to see if anybody had any questions. Let's see. Nope, I think that's it. So that was a quick and easy one. But remember, when you are doing these techniques that we're talking about on our Tuesdays and you're making projects, share them to the Scrappy Sheet Facebook page and hashtag Technique Talk. I would love to see what you're doing with these techniques. I just love to see what everybody does because everybody has such different interpretations, and I learn so much from what everybody else is doing. So please, please, please share. Don't forget that I think tomorrow is the first day of the Midwest Paper Crafters Shop Hop. I think that starts. Thursday starts Mega Meet. I mean, this is an action-packed week. We're gonna see everybody at the store who signed up for the Mega Meet crops. Can try out some of these techniques. And make sure you're sharing what you're doing. All right, ladies, I'm sure I'll be seeing you in the store. But if not, I'm sure I'll see you next Tuesday right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. And everybody have a super, super great rest of their evening and a great week. And enjoy all of the things that are coming up. Buy lots of things. And we will be talking to you soon. Thank you.